What is demand like? You're doing voices, but what was the inbound? What scale are you seeing of companies wanting to create their own music?
Caroline, thanks for having me here. So at ElevenLabs, we are doing AI audio research and product deployment. We are on a mission to be the voice of technology, build the most comprehensive AI audio platform in the world. And now this includes Eleven Music, which we are extremely excited about because this is something that so many customers came to our platform to create a voiceover, to create the voices, to create narrations with our core models, but frequently needed that additional background sounds, soundtrack in those productions, which we will now be able to provide as part of the service from creators all the way through the enterprises.
It's a fraught world where you're trying to navigate IP in particular. This is IP protected music because you've already got the training of the models is based upon agreements you have. I'm thinking with Merlin Network, that's for independent labels, it's a digital rights agency. He's also got a similar deal with Cobalt Music Group. But what about the bigger ones? What about UMG? What about some of the other key music license holders? Can you make deals with them?
It's exactly one of the very special things about the release of the model is that it's both extremely high quality, one of the highest qualities in the market, while it's also fully licensed and built in collaboration with the labels, with the artists, with the publishers. Like you mentioned, we already are very happy to be working with Merlin and Cobalt, frequently referred as the fourth majors, both because they represent respectively 30,000 independent labels on the Merlin side and over 25,000 songwriters on the Cobalt side. So already that gives us such a high ability to create extremely high quality music. Of course, as we look into the future, we would love to work with UMG, WMG, Sony, and hope we find a path in the future to do so. As we think about our work across Eleven Music, that's one of the key elements to make sure that the work we do is both licensed, but also gives you that broad commercial license to use it, which our enterprises demand from gaming all the way to media entertainment companies that we work with.
Mati, are you talking with and negotiating with those major labels you just named?
Currently, the focus was on bringing the current model and product to the market. So really, we're deep with our partners with Merlin, Cobalt, Source Audio, Landr, and a number of other partners that are mentioned in the release to bring the current iteration. As we bring the product to the market, iterate, we will see whether we can expand it further.
Mati, there's a lot of interest in ElevenLabs in your business. To what stage have you grown? Do you have any financial metrics, ARR, or anything you can tell us about how it's going for you over there?
We are doing really well as a company. A few months ago, over half a year ago now, we crossed that 100 million ARR mark as a company, and we've been growing steadily since. Across the company, we have really those two key offerings. The first one is that creative platform, which music will form in those early and initial days. And then the agentic platform, where we help companies create voice agent, conversational agents. And over the last 6 months, we've just seen an explosion in companies building with both parts of the use cases, both on the creative and the agentic side, with now partnering over 1,000 different companies in the market and over 5 million creators that come through the platform on a monthly basis.
I want to go back to those creators because can you name any individual musicians, for example, that are willing to go this way? I think of how Grimes has really lent into this and she wants a 50-50 split with her royalties going forward. But what other musicians are you seeing actually wanted to adopt this? Because as I say, it is fraught.
We are seeing a number of musicians in the space that are keen to lean into the technology, iterate quicker, make it a little bit easier to create music. Currently, as part of the Eleven Music, we are still crafting the partnerships, and we'll hopefully announce some of those in the coming weeks. So cannot name any on that side just yet. But we've seen a wider set of creators working with the tools to make it easier to produce variations of the genres, make it easier to see how the tracks can be produced before hitting that production step.
Mati, there's a lot of interest in you, and ElevenLabs kind of fits the profile of this vertical model where it's a potential acqui-hire target, right? I just wondered what you make of what's happening right now, the windsurf scenario, and whether you might consider doing something that, joining a bigger entity to continue your work.
We are building generational company, are planning to go independent and try to create and become the voice of the technology, make computers speak, make information accessible across voices, across sounds, across languages, and now music. So current default is to create a company that can create something special on its own, and we think we can. So hopefully the opposite will be true, where we'll be able to acquire a number of companies in the space on that path to potential IPO in the future.